Swag, swag, swag. Friday. Hello to the best YouTube fitness fans in the game. Repping that Billionaire Boys Club. Not Billionaire Boys Club, don't have that sort of money. Billionaire Boys Club. Today is Friday. It's a fantastic day. It's a lovely day. The boys are out at the pub down the road. I'll be watching them from the treadmill that overlooks the pub. But it's alright, we've only got a week. The magic pill drawer. The magic pill drawer with the aromatase inhibitors, the Winstrol and the Yohimbane. We spoke about that on yesterday's podcast with Josh Bridgman and James Walsham that should be out in a couple of weeks' time. And there's a certain satisfaction in doing what others aren't doing. If I think that my competitors aren't going back to the gym tonight to do a second session of cardio, I like that feeling. I went to the gym this morning to do 250 calories on a stepper. I took 10 meg of Yohimbane before that. I'm now going back this evening at 6 o'clock to do a further 250 calories. Why? I just want it. I want to try and eat into as much fat as possible before we start loading up next Thursday. So total dose for Yohimbane, 15 milligrams today. I'm not even gonna lie to you, it's getting fucking hard now. I'm really having to dig deep mentally to keep going through, because the thought of not having a refeed tomorrow and Sunday is fucking with me. I know we're supposed to listen to our coach, but I don't feel that it's necessary to not have a feed. Bear in mind, I've dropped so much weight over the past weeks. So I may have one day at slightly higher carbs because I can't go through 2 more sessions without it, because I feel so flat right now. And yeah, it's just fucking difficult, man. Like, if you ever come across someone that says prep is easy, they're not giving it their all. But I don't want to sound like I'm moaning. I'm just trying to give you a real understanding perspective of what prep is like. It's very hard. It's very hard, this last little stage. But off to do abs and cardio now. I'll try and get some footage on my phone of me doing abs. Abdominal training. Something that I've only really been training every other day for the past sort of 4 weeks on contest prep. I still do ab training on off season, but not hugely frequent. But the most basic routine for me at the moment is cable crunches, 3 sets of 10 reps. Hanging knee raises, 3 sets of 10 reps, and side crunches, 3 sets of 10 reps. And I'll do that every other day before my fasted cardio. And that's the extent to which my ab training goes, really. I feel like a mess. The priority for getting your beard trimmed and your hair cut just goes when you're on prep. It's the least of your worries. But that was just an insight into my abs. I'm not not advocate of training abs. I do believe you should train them, but one massive contributing factor to having a good core or midsection is just engaging them properly and having correct breathing when you're lifting. But slight little change at the evening times before I go to bed with my egg whites, my 6 egg whites, is dark chocolate and oats. It's unbelievable. Today, slight change. I've got quite a lot of fat left over, so I bought a dark chocolate bounty to mix in with my oats. I haven't really utilised dark chocolate on this prep, but I wish I had, because it really fills me up. Like 33 grams of oats with dark chocolate, it really hits the spot. Player 1, 85.8. Okay, so AM training in the morning time. What's the best method to do? Sometimes, if I'm going to West Wickham Gym, for example, I'll wake up, have no food, just a big serving of water, like a litre of water, and my pre-workout, and get on with it. In this instance, I'm just going to have a pure protein breakfast. Then I'm going to wait an hour and a half, drive to Crayford, and then have my pre-workout. But the biggest driving factor for an AM session and nailing it in terms of a good pump is hydration and fluids. Because you've been fasting for, say, 8 or 9 hours and sleeping, you don't have a lot of fluid going around your system, neck a litre of water, even drop an effervescent tablet, for example. I sometimes do that, like a vitamin C one, or I'll have my greens powder serving, and it makes such a big difference. Probably the least appetizing breakfast. Why do I implement a breakfast with no carbohydrates in when I train in the morning? The protein is satiating enough for me to continue throughout a few hours before lunch. Also because it's light on my stomach and we don't have the interference of carbohydrates. After an hour and a half, when it's not digested in that sense, but it's gone through, it doesn't affect my pre-workout. So I can have my pre-workout and it still hits me. Whereas if I had quite a heavy carbohydrate and protein meal and then wait maybe an hour, my pre-workout doesn't really kick in. I still get the effect if I just have a pure protein breakfast. I think you are, because I always wake up and there's your long hair on my beard.
I always see one here.
What's the purpose of this? Oh yeah.
Take a good look.
Before and after. Before lips. You already got them done. You girls just fascinate me.
Yeah, I just want a little bit of plump.
Want a little bit of filler. Nothing to say, really. Good luck. Hope the process goes well, and hope your lips get the desired result that you want them. Let's continue with breakfast. The No Ball Bulking ebook is being created. I'm putting a lot of time and effort into this because I really want to encapsulate an ebook that covers everything when it comes down to bulking, because I'm yet to find an ebook that goes severely in depth with how to calculate your calories, what macros we should be eating, protein intake, carbohydrate timing, nutrient timing, supplementation, training, rep ranges, sets, body parts. I'm going all in on this. Spending a couple hours a day to do it, and hopefully have it released around about November, December time, the bulking season. So it looks good. I'm looking forward to it. It should be a good one.
What do we wear today in the wardrobe of basketball gear that isn't used for basketball, just fashion purposes?
You've got to represent your name. We'll go for the custom Brooklyn Nets vest with the 23s. Dash of colour with the hat. And Oklahoma City jumper. Just preparing post-workout, because more than likely what I'll do is consume 1 scoop of the isolate on the way home in the car, and then when I get back, because it takes me about half an hour to get back, I'll chill out for a bit and then go and do some cardio in my gym, and we'll take Total War with us and have that in the car. Oh, don't be a prick all your life. I'm kind of late. I apologise, Celso. I'm going back to the old school way of taking pre-workout. That actually tastes better than mixing it. If you've got the Total War in blue raspberry, do that. And I'll tell you exactly what it tastes like. Ice pole. Right, let's train. Crayford Weights, upper session. This is a more shoulder and back dominant session. Upper session A was more chest and shoulder. So we're really only doing 1 chest movement today. We're starting on a decline bench. We'll do about 4 or 5 sets. Back will be 3 exercises. We'll do a row, a pull down and an isolation for our lats, and shoulders will more than likely be some form of side lateral movement and a press. And then for biceps, because we're targeting back quite heavily, biceps are being trained, but we'll do maybe 2 exercises for that at a slightly lower set and rep range compared to what we did for upper section A. But I'll film it, and then this time I'll do a voiceover and stick myself down here somewhere. Hello, can you see me? Can you see me now? Fantastic session today. Intensity was incredibly high, training with Celso. I've called on a couple of training partners towards the latter stages of this prep, and it's helped dramatically. Even if they're not training with me, just there as a spot. My friend Connor helped me last Saturday for my upper session just on bench, and just to be there for the last couple of reps on my back movements. But today was predominantly back and shoulders. 3 exercises for back, 2 for shoulders and 1 for chest. Also did a superset at the end for arms. And by the end of that set, we were just completely gone. Shoulder work, rep ranges were incredibly high. They were like 14 reps. The seated lateral machine at Crayford is absolutely fantastic. It just completely annihilates your deltoids. They have some great machinery there. I am sincerely thinking that when I start my off season, I'm either going to join Crayford or King's Gym, because the amount of machinery there, the amount of weights that they have, the atmosphere, I think it makes a huge difference. It makes an absolutely massive difference with an individual's training. But one contributing factor, because I get quite a lot of questions at the moment on Instagram about how much weight have you lost? Have you lost any muscle, do you think, on this prep? And I can honestly say I don't think I've lost any. My starting weight 6 months ago was 93 kilos and my weight now is 86 kilos. So I've lost 6 kilos in 6 months, which is what, a kilo a month. I will try and get my DEXA scan done this week. But one massive contributing factor on this prep compared to previous preps and cuts is that I did not have the predisposed thought process that I'm going into a deficit, so my strength's going to become affected and it's going to decrease, and we'll just aim for like pump workouts. The intensity in every single session has been on the money. Every single session. Weight has incrementally changed on certain lifts. The last couple of weeks we've just stayed the same because I don't want to, increase the risk of any injury. But I really, really highly recommend, if you are going into some form of deficit, to keep that weight on the bar as much as possible and try and improve. Even if it's 2.5 kilos on the bench every 3 or 4 weeks, keeping that muscle dense, I feel, is so important. But with the back exercises today, we did a row, a pull down and an isolation. It was fantastic training at Crayford, and I think one thing that I'm going to do when I go into my off season at the end of either this qualifier, if I don't place, but I will place, I'm going to win the damn show. After the British, more than likely in May, I'm going to take a week off, probably go on holiday with Elle, chill out somewhere, and then when I come back, leave West Wickham and either join Crayford or King's Gym. More than likely King's Gym, because Crayford's a right pain in the ass to get to sometimes. It took me an hour to get there and an hour to get back. But I really feel that atmosphere in gyms just plays a huge role, a massive role. But just to wrap up this session, we did only one exercise on chest, and that was a decline bench. We did 2 for shoulders, that was a side lateral and a press. And for back, we did, as I said, a row in motion, a pull down and an isolation. And we just finished, our biceps were pretty much fried anyway from the back work. So we did some straight bar curls, supersetted into double arm bicep curls with the dumbbells, which was absolutely fantastic. The pump was insane. Bearing in mind what did I have? I think I had some eggs and some turkey sausages. But the total war was in, and we did go to war, and it was a fantastic session, and a big thank you for Celso for being there. So there we go. It's hot in here. This flat, it's like a greenhouse. We've got these skyline windows which are fantastic, but also have its negative downfalls. Post-workout, we're having 200 grams of chicken with a small pack of rice and 100 grams of peas. Chicken, rice and peas. Rice and pea. And then we're going out for dinner. You're going out for dinner, Tom? This close to prep? So there's no refeeds this week. No refeeds this weekend, so I'm staying within my macros. We're going to Rocker in Dulwich, so I'm just going to have the pan-seared chicken and new potatoes. Because me and Elle haven't been out since Valentine's Day in February. It's been nice to get out and enjoy the weather. But training was fantastic. Celso, thank you for coming along. Really good. I think one massive factor for keeping yourself full during a prep is do not let the weight beat you. Don't instinctively go, I'm in a deficit. My strength's going to go a little bit. Fight that shit. Just fight it. Because I think it has a huge effect on your overall physique towards the latter stages of the prep. This is lovely. Lovely stuff, this rainbow peppercorn. It is black peppercorn, white peppercorn, Pimento berries, green and pink peppercorns. Goes very nice with meat and fish. Simple and effective. 130 grams of rice, some peas and 200 grams of chicken. That'll do me now for a couple of hours. Pre-cardio peppermint tea. Clear the stomach out a little bit. We're gonna go and do 250 calories on the stepper, come back, have a shower, go out to eat. At this point, usually on a Saturday, I'd have already consumed about 150 grams of pasta, 3 chicken sausages, chicken, 5 crumpets, 100 grams of Cocoa Pops. But today I've had egg whites, 2 turkey sausages, 130 grams of rice and some chicken. And you feel it, like your body's like, Tom, where's this food that you were having every single week? I just had to go and have a nap because I was just zonked after training. I had that chicken and rice and I just literally collapsed. So I'm gonna have this, go and do some cardio, come back and we'll get some proper food. I think the best way to describe what I've been feeling for the past few days is when you go out on a night out and get drunk, right, and you sleep at your mate's house. You know, when you wake up and you're still kind of drunk and you're like walking back home for the high street, you're like, that's what I feel like. So I think it's only because I haven't had a refeed today, but I'm gonna have a nice dinner at Rocker and hopefully that should sort me out a little bit. But yeah, it's a weird feeling, man. I'm coming off Yohimbine as well tomorrow or today. I think that's my last one, just as I said before, the potential increase for water retention. First date night in months. It's not a proper date night because I'm not going in on food, do you know what I mean? But it's nice to get out. Weather's very hot at the moment and muggy in England. Let's eat some food because I'm starving. Safe. Sweet broth. This is why you do prepping in Christmas over just to the start of summer. So much better than like prepping now for a show in November. You lock the car. Do you know what I mean? Because then, like when the show's done now in a week and then British in 4 weeks, got the whole summer. Thank you. Oh, lovely. White wine, white wine, you see, it's just shredded, dries you out, ready for the show next week. We shared a linguine chili fish dish and it hasn't even touched the sides. My body's like a metabolic furnace at the moment. Anything I eat just goes shoom.
Oh, can we get an ice cream? An ice cream.
You're joking? I'm a week out. But I just over-egged the calories for that. I just put down like 100 grams of pasta, even though it was about 50. And I put down like loads of prawns and I put in some olive oil. So I'm still well below my caloric intake for the day. Oh, I'm feeling flat as a pancake. Flat and stringy. And I've got legs. Like, what the fuck? Having one big scoop. You know the meme? One scoop? Like 1.5 scoops, total war. All I've had today is some whey protein, 1 scoop of IsoSurge, and it is now 12 o'clock. So I'm keeping my carbs back a little bit so I can have a bigger lunch and bigger dinner. Fuck, I was meant to put it in the mouth first. More than likely the training schedule over the next few days for peak week starts tomorrow. So we'll take a rest day Monday, Tuesday will be upper, Wednesday lower, Thursday's when we hit the carbs hard. So Thursday, just spoke with Luke, Coach Luke, it's going to be about 700 grams of carbs. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're as low as possible really. He said if you can go 100 grams a day, go 100 grams a day. And I'm like, fucking hell. So, there we go. Time for a bit of leg training. I'm gone. I'm mentally and physically, I'm so close. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I'm 24, I'm a young pup. This is my second prep, but you underestimate how taxing this becomes, both mentally and physically. Honestly, I'm just so out of it. I feel like I'm wading through tar, my legs don't work. And if you ever come across someone who said prep was easy, they're a fucking liar and they didn't work their bollocks off. But this is make or break the last few days, and if I can tick each day off, I'm bringing a trophy home, and I really do believe now. I do believe that I'm bringing home the trophy. It was hard. It was hard, but we pulled through. We got through to the other side. We have a post-workout meal of no carb with 6 egg whites just to bump up the protein, with 6 turkey meatballs on a bed of lettuce. Some carbs from the 50% reduced, but probably only about 2.5 or 3. I'm feeling good. I feel alright. I got over got a bit of second wind during that training session. We're going to go out to West Wickham High Street, chill out there for a little bit, maybe grab a coffee, get an iced green tea or something like that. Skinny, mini, very tasty. I need some sugars ASAP. Ladies and gents, there we go. We've got 5 days to go. Tomorrow is the start of peak week, which means a tough couple of days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to be trying to get in about 100 to 130 grams of carbs, and then Thursday we start loading up. But it's been a long old journey. It's been a long journey. The last couple of weeks have dragged quite a bit, but it does feel like only yesterday I was stuck in New York with Elle with 14-inch snow up to my knees. But it's been absolutely fantastic. So I'll check in with you very, very soon. This will go out on Monday night, and I'll try and get a video up maybe Wednesday or Thursday, and then the show is on Saturday. So I appreciate all the support leading up to the show. It's been absolutely fantastic, and if you're going, I can't wait to see you. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you again. Much love.